my office, but the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun. If you ever see any stickers on my back, do me a favor and take them off. Malazines like to play pranks sometimes.
Stabilize! Away now. Solidify! Order guide you! Flicker. Settle down! Let's begin.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
Silence! Bow your head.
A moment, please. Time to improvise.
Gather! Silence! Let the mighty be humbled! Solidify! I will have order! Scatter! What now?
Let's begin. Stay cool.
Face your gift! Settle down!
What now? No backup, huh?
Bow your head. The wrong dead subject. The tides beckon.
There's no end.
Silence! ahead.
A moment, please.
Settle down. Be sanctified. Justice is blindsided. Settle down.
This realm... If you ever...
I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun. Hello there. I was just thinking about finding a patch of grass to lie down if you don't need... I quite like the environment. The temperature and humidity... You really are quite something to possess such a cozy and comfortable haven, but still be willing... You speak with conviction. I can tell those matters are extremely important to you. It's not a bad thing to be committed to a goal. It can prevent you from losing your way in life. But don't let your convictions control you and lead you. After all, this wonderful place is still waiting for your return.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier?
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so you're looking for something, you said?
Are you still organizing the book?
Yeah, and
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but what?
sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was... It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think so, aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just in all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be... They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determine, and I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. And that's why, even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated...
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. That won't turn. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave. The line has been set, and it's...
Fish?
Let's give them some time. My guards won't need it. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained everything to... It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side, so it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something... Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you but I can assure you that I've now... Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend... Would you be willing to lend me...
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still 2 outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is this... I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious. The other is the true purpose of the Black Gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great...
Slow down. Take a deep breath.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try...
You mean when we saw him at the
Yes, he fled immediately. But many members are hot on his heel. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that... Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please. Every secret may be...
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not...
Like we'd believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else.
It's all right, Avise. As long as you tell me, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to...
Your Grace!
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
But...
In that case, Avise and I will...
Miss Avise, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, The society has never caused trouble for you. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word.
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the fortress of Meripede. But your grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avis.
Just what's up with that? We should have shown him.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their...
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon.
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we... The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. I need to think about this a bit more. But if there's nothing on her head... I can't seem to... I need to think of...
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avise didn't stay silent out of fear. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical, is hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn. Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark... And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny...
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all agony, desolation, and an over...
So, was the hat...
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of...
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly...
Great work, everyone.
Prepared for something like this?
I had them stay here. Perform a thorough search.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a...
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain. Let's go check out the other areas, too.
In a box next to the bookshelf. Its content, the colors of the covers are completely different. Yeah, and they dared.
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely... So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake. And perhaps it's better to do less. Or to not do anything at all. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other area. The lime scale, the layers of dust. They were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. Meanwhile, this marvelous... So instead of being... And only the most docile and well-trained member...
But then... where can we actually find him?
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort... He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. A word of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law. That's the most likely scenario to me. Let's keep heading down. We should be on the right track. Let's go. We can take... After them!
Ugh, those blasted guards!
Did Dugier send you? Why did...
Come on! It's time to...
I will take your cooperation into consideration.
Mr. Dugier, he didn't want the... We were just about to dispose...
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
Oh, it's an honor to be here.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned. There are usually guards on patrol here. Stay sharp. He's got a ton.
Stabilize!
Step right up!
Let the mighty be humble!
Let's begin. This could get a little chilly.
And voila!
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Douchier...
That would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that... Seems like he's prepared for an...
Hey! What's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see. So it's much as I expected.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dougier's slaves. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision. It never hurts to be careful.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. way now. I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place, but the door has been locked. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we forget it? Pirate's just gonna... Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go.
Let's begin. A moment, please.
Solidify! Bow your head.
Now disappear!
Have a safe trip.
Run away now. A word of advice, don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law. I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun.
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before.
Looks like there's a mechanism that's gotten stuck. It won't turn alongside the others. Is there something we can do? Ooh, the water level's gone way up! So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Let's begin.
And voila!
Here you are. Sid!
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts. Hey, it's all right now. You can leave this place.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again. Don't close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep...
door's open. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
Just focus on the tasks. Let's go back. We have that mechanism from the first room. Don't forget to bring these along.
There seems to be something.
This is a surveillance terminal. The information... I'm sure Dugier really enjoyed sitting here and making his people dance like puppets.
Oh, that makes Paimon even angrier!
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who fight. Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
That's all.
It's okay. Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that his great...
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect... Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so...
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is in it! What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to... And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Is it that all you need?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirit... They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley? Well, I think nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will...
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case...
Stabilize!
Silence!
Let's get this show on the road!
Settle down! Stay cool. Face your guilt. A moment, please. This is order. Silence! If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I warned you! Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood. Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
Not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress. Yeah, It's the least that we could do.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal.
Nope.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Yeah, I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee a victory. You got a side job for me? Sure thing.
Book learning alone is not enough to cultivate intelligence. All those scholars in the academia are prime examples.
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals, even if the traveler... Oh, that's not what Paimon meant to...
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
You sure got everything taken care of, right?
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I wanted myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede. My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a vis
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to escape unscathed.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to—
Please, go on right ahead.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, trying to make us mistrust each other. And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't but we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before, but that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
Oh, we can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the...
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here, and we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.